Oh, hi everybody. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In the last video, we discussed about the required application for Ostipi State University for international student. We're going to continue from the same application. I decided to divide the video into two because I don't want people to get bored for a long video. So if you watch the first video, you can also go ahead and watch the second video for the continuation of the application requirement for Ostipi State University. I'll not be talking only on Ostipi State University. I'll be talking about all the universities too. Most importantly, I'll also talk about the school where I'm doing my PhD right now. Also talk about their requirements, the courses they have, and all other things like that. So please share this video. You can share it on Facebook, share it on your WhatsApp, on Instagram, send it to people who needed assistance towards applying to university here to study their master's PhD. You can send it to them, and please like this video, comment on it, ask questions. I'm ready to reply all your questions. Okay, so let's get started. So in the last video, we discussed some of the application requirements, talking about how you complete the application, talking about how much you need to pay for the application fee. And then we talk about the copy of your passport biographical page that you need to upload. And we're going to talk about other ones that is needed for you to know too. And in the next video, I will discuss about the amount you need to pay. Then I'll discuss about the application link, how to create account and all those things. I'm going to discuss that in the next video. Okay, so let's get started. So in the last video, we discussed about completed graduate application. We discussed about that. We discussed about a copy of your passport biographical page. So today we're going to continue with official copy of transcript, certificate, diploma, and degree must be translated and evaluated and sent directly to the graduate admission. So remember in the last video, I said something about evaluation. You have to evaluate your transcript. So it is important that you evaluate your transcript. It has to be converted to United States education phenomenon. So it is important for you to do the evaluation of your transcript. So most of the times at school, we ask you to do the evaluation of your transcript. So we ask you to do the evaluation of your transcript and certificate. But during my own time, I always ask to do the evaluation of my transcript. So to evaluate your transcript, you have to request the transcript to be sent from your school to the evaluator company. So it will be sent to them, and they have to include a letter to state that you are the owner of that transcript. Because I remember there was one people I was assisting that they sent the transcript from the school, but the letter was not included. They did not evaluate it until when the letter is sent to say that the person whose name is on that transcript is he or she is the owner of that result, that transcript result. So it is important that when they are sending your transcript, you have to attach a letter to it. So whenever you are writing a letter to your school to request for a transcript to be sent to the evaluator company, make sure that they include the letter stating that you are the owner of that transcript. Okay. So for the evaluator company, there are a lot of approved agents here. If you click on them, here you see there are a lot of evaluator companies here. We have education, credential, evaluator, and so on. And most of the time, a lot of people use World Education Service, which is called WESU. A lot of people use it to evaluate their transcript. But during my own time, I used Global because Global was cheaper than WESU, and Global did a good job with mine too. They did a good job, so it was cheaper. So it depends on you checking out, you read through it. There are some of these evaluator that they don't do what is it called? They don't do each subject, just do it once. But for global and WESO, they do subject by subject evaluation. And for your transcript, your official transcript has to be subject by subject. So I will advise you, I'll give you an advice that you use global or you use World Education Service for your evaluation. Okay. So if you go back here, you see stated here that transcript must be evaluated course by course with GPA. So there are some transcripts evaluator company that they don't evaluate course by course. So that's why I said it's course by course, subject by subject. But Global and WESO, they do that. But Global is cheaper than WESO. Yeah, so it's very cheaper than WESO. Okay. So then the next one is OSTP State University require all international applicants for non-native English speaking country to demonstrate English test. So you have to take English test. So your English proficiency is very important. So you have to take it. You have to demonstrate that you can speak English. So any country that is non-native English speaking has to take English tests. So it's important. But I think Nigeria and what is it called? Nigeria, Ghana, and some other country that speaks English, you are not required to write this test. You are not required. And during my own time, it was stated here that for that some courses that don't require that you should write GRE. So I think for biology, you need to write GRE before, but during COVID, GRE was I think it was waived. Yeah, it was waived. GRE was waived for biology, but for computer science and quantitative method, GRE was waived. But for this year, I don't know, and for next year, I don't know. Anything can change at any time. So, but I do tell people like you can send an email to the director of each program to ask if they are waiving GRE or not. That's very important. But during my own time, for computer science and quantitative method, whereby you have mathematical finance, mathematical instruction, predictive analysis under them, data analysis, and all those things, GRE was waived for Nigerian. So, and for Cameroon, for Ghana, some country, they list some of the country here. So I don't know about this time, maybe they've changed it or not. I don't know about that. The another thing here is your financial support form to prove that you have the resources. So the reason why they always ask you to do this is because you have to show that you have the amount to pay for that. So during my own time, I also show that. So if you click on the form here, it will show you the total amount that you're supposed to have in that account statement. So you have to upload a bank statement that has $30,022. So actually during my own time, it was like 50-something $50,000 during my own time. So I have to show what is it called? Even though they're going to give a scholarship, you still need to show it, because the reason why they ask you to show it is because there is a particular point that you have to have in your GPA when you are doing your masters. So if you, after a whole year, if you're below that point, you have to start sponsoring yourself. You're going to lose your scholarship. So, and that's the reason why I asked you to show this. So if you show this one that you have so amount, maybe personal or person who's sponsoring you, show that. So when you lose your scholarship, they can be able to send a message to the person who's sponsoring you to be able to take it up and continue from there. So it's important that you show this. If you're coming with your dependents, which is your spouse, you have to have extra 4,000. I also have extra 2,500 for your children, for each children. So for your wife or your husband, you have to have extra 4,000, which make it a total of 36,522. So it's very, very important. So, and also for them to be able to include your dependent or your I-20, because when you're done with all your application and you're doing admission, they will send you I-20. So for them to be included, you have to have all this stated there. So they have to fill all this form. Maybe your sponsor, maybe your father is your sponsor, your mother, your sister, your brother, or yourself. You have to fill this form and you attach the bank statement that has the total amount of money. Then you upload it during your when you are filling up for your application. So that is very, very important for that. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I've stopped working this one. So let's go back to here. We stop. Okay, I think I'll go back from here. Okay, yeah, I'll go back from here. So now we've talked about a financial support form and proof of resources, that you have those resources and proof for that. And most importantly, there's something that was said there that sports for J1 visa holder may obtain permission to work only. I've said something about. So if you want to know more about J1 and F1, you can go to my first video. That's going to tell you about that. So for admission materials requirement for your undergraduate program, you can click on this and it's going to show you all those ones. So you can go back there and check for each courses, the admission requirements. You can check for each courses and that will be able to tell you that. Then when you, after you have completed your application and you're given admission and everything, to make your document complete, when you're coming to US or when you get to US here, you have to do what is called immigration and immunization and medical insurance. You have to have that one. And when your admission is complete and you're given admission, they will send you I-20. When you get to United States here, you're going to have your I-94. And also you have to show your visa also. So maybe after your I-20 sent to you, there you are. There's what we call service. So I'm still going to talk about that one later. So this is where we're going to stop for today for the admission application requirement. And also one more thing, if you feel like define your admission, you can also click the form here. Maybe for example, you're given admission and the visa for your what is it called? Your visa interview date is, let's say, next year, and you're given admission this year and you couldn't get through to get your visa approved, then you can define your admission. So here you can click this form to define your admission. And I think that's where we're going to stop today. If you have any question, you can go to the comments, ask question. And if you have any thing that you need to know, yeah, go to the comments, ask question. Please like, share this video. You can share to your Facebook, WhatsApp status, Instagram, where people want to come here to read through these and ask questions. Okay. And in my next video, I will be talking about amounts you're going to end up spending in total when you want to come to the United States. I'm going to talk about that. Then also, I'm also going to give some little more tip before talking about other universities that are also available. So then I'll start talking about my university where I am right now, where I'm doing my PhD, which is the Tennessee State University. Also talk about that. Where I also went to do my PhD in mathematics too. Also talk about that. That's RIU University. Also talk about that. So I wish everybody Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance. So please click the notification bell to get more updates. Peace out. See you in my next video. Bye.